Hello and welcome, Pisces, to your October 2023 horoscope. My name is Jeff. I am your professional astrologer here for you at Raise Your Vibration TV, bringing you the cosmic weather for the month. And October is going to be a doozy because it is eclipse season. Yes, eclipse season has started. And when eclipse season happens, it brings an intensity to our new and full moons that last a month. They usually last one lunar cycle from one to the other, the new moon to the full moon to the new, all of that. Or a full to a full, new to a new. These, however, Pisces, are going to have a much longer influence. When the eclipses happen, they have a 3-month to a 6-month to a year influence. So what lays down now will lay out pretty much for the rest of the year. So pay attention to what's going on. This is why we do these horoscopes, so you can get a good idea of how to navigate this cosmic weather, because it's going to be intense. It adds some drama to your life, you know what I mean? And before we go to the chart view, I'm going to just talk about the eclipses and what areas of your life they're affecting first. So the new moon solar eclipse is happening on October 14th. That's on a Saturday. They all happen on Saturdays. Good weekends, but could be intense. So the areas that it's going to affect in your life are the 8th. It's happening at 21 degrees Libra in your 8th house. This is going to have to do about finances. This is going to be about knuckling down on credit. This could be dialing down debt. This could be shared resources, maybe getting a loan. But this could also be saving money and balancing out the checkbook. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you have extra money set aside for other expenses that could come up. You don't want to be short-handed at this time. So I'm putting these out on the 28th. So you got a week or two to kind of get ready for this, you know. But it could also be you turning over a new leaf too. Because it's happening in the 8th, so it's going to be opposite your 2nd house of well-being, values. What do I value? So you might be clearing out a lot of clutter and starting over, you know. Maybe you're going to Maria Kondo that shit, you know, and just throw everything out if you don't need it. Could be that too, but it could also be a spiritual time for you, healing, feeling more better about yourself, but your finances definitely need a look. So don't buy anything extravagant. Don't do that around that time because you'll probably have buyer's remorse. So, but it's about maybe shifting away from a debt mentality and moving into a more prosperous mentality. You know, when Pluto asks you to get some perspective, you better get it, Pisces. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going to be kind of gearing up towards the 14th. You're going to start feeling it. You could probably already start feeling it already. So then we're going to shift later in the later half of the month, like the last week of the month, is going to be the full moon lunar eclipse. And that's happening in Taurus. And that is going to be taking place in your 3rd house of communication, trips. It could also, siblings could also come into play, brothers and sisters. It's communication, making good connections, you know, that kind of thing. It's adopting new ideas. There's going to be a creative push, you know, and with that full moon lunar eclipse, you can be overloaded, you know, but keep your feet on the ground, Pisces. So there's a 2nd and 3rd house highlighted and the 8th and the 9th highlighted, which is, there's travel involved here somewhere, Pisces. But there's also, you know, knuckling down on finances. Don't go crazy. Really, really. Just start working more and getting out of a debt mentality. I guess that's all you have to do for this month. And don't get bogged down with all the communications. Be on top of that shit. Make sure that you get your... Sorry, I got distracted because I thought I had this on silent. Anyway, sorry about that, Pisces. I got my train of thought back in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so get out of a debt mentality and, you know, really look at things. Do I need this? Is this something that I need? What is it that I need? If it's something material, where is it happening in my mind, you know? But this is also like, make sure you're up on phone calls, you're communicating with your emails, you're reaching out to people, you're doing your due diligence. because towards the end of the month, you can get really bogged down and lose your shit. And we don't want that. So again, there's going to be a huge focus on finances and communication for you. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at your solar chart. And you can see the sun's path is going to be all the way through your 8th house into your 9th. So it's about releasing old ways, balancing out old ways, getting rid of this lack mentality. That's what I'm picking up on more than anything, Pisces. But it could be using spirituality, of course, to balance that out. Highly suggest doing meditations. I'm going to leave a little marker, right before I transitioned from the intro card to the chart. You're going to see guided meditation playlists that I make. I make guided meditations. Use those this month to kind of get in touch with yourself and help yourself get out of this debt mentality, because that definitely going to see trying to balance all of this out. And you can do it. It takes swift action on your part. Again, do your due diligence. Pay your bills on time. Keep the lines of communications open. You know, you don't want to come home and find your gas was shut off because oh, damn, that's right. I grabbed the mail really quick and stuck it under the visor, and that was the shut-off notice. Shit. Now it's just not good. So you can totally avoid that, because these eclipses are going to bring this dramatic energy. So if you're not paying attention, you're going to get sucker punched, and you don't want that. All right, but you can see that the sun's path is this is our time of year where we knuckle down and open up to the abundance of the universe and give thanks for that too. Gratitude would definitely work in your favor this month and for the rest of the month, because of the eclipses. They're going to last all the way up until the beginning of the year and even more. So pay attention, Pisces, okay? Let's go ahead and look at the calendar. There it is. So let's pay attention to some of the highlighted dates that I have here. Of course, all the eclipses are happening on Saturdays, so the weekends can be, well, a dice roll. But it's definitely going to feel that spooky energy creeping in as every week goes by. You're also going to see throughout the month, the news cycle is just going to spin, spin, spin. And, watch at your discretion. But, there are going to be some huge things going on in the world stage. So let's pay attention to some of these highlighted areas, because these are the parts of the month where the energy starts to shift. And if we're not aware of these shifts, we get lost in them. Like I said, all this major energy takes place on Saturdays, and the Mondays for October are definitely going to feel like Mondays. So get your shit together on the weekends so you can prepare for these Mondays that are just kind of like, duh, you know what I mean? So let's take a look at the 4th, Wednesday the 4th. Mercury, planet of communication, moves into Libra. That's also moving into your 8th house. It's a time to express this stuff. Gratitude, balance. My life is balanced. My checkbook is balanced. Thank you for my bills getting paid. That kind of thing can definitely help you by the time this new moon solar eclipse happens. The 7th looks like a good weekend. Venus, the planet of love, moves into Virgo, an earth sign. Mars makes a square to Pluto, so we could be a little crotchety. Definitely Sunday and Monday. And it's all kind of gearing up. News cycle is definitely going to start ramping up on the 8th, the 10th, the 12th, the 14th. You betcha. So then we have Pluto going direct, getting ready to go to direct after all these months of being retrograde. So now that perspective starts to move forward for you, okay? Mars, the planet of action, moves into a fellow water sign, Scorpio. So now you're actually going to feel that drive, that emotional drive. Now that Mars is moving into Scorpio, we're moving out of Libra season into Scorpio as the days progress. And then we have that new moon solar eclipse happening in 21 degrees Libra. Check your charts to see what's that affecting, if there's any planets transiting that or making some aspects to it. So the 14th is going to be all about, focusing and knuckling down on your finances. Then we've got The moon makes a square to Venus. We're kind of feeling the after effects of that. And then we've got another heavy hitter, the sun making a square to now stationary and moving forward, Pluto. So some revelations may happen. They may be brought to light on this Saturday, and then they kind of, this is how it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? So again, roll with the energy. Pluto makes a nice harmonious aspect to Jupiter on the 22nd. Mercury now moves into Scorpio. We're gearing up for Scorpio season. And then on the 23rd, the sun moves into Scorpio. It is now officially Scorpio season. Now, when the sun moves into a fellow water sign, it's always going to be trine. It's always going to be harmonious to other fellow water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So now you start to feel the emotional drive to actually start to get things done. Some of your best days are going to be the 24th and the 25th. The moon moves into your sign. The sun makes a nice harmonious aspect to Saturn, so there's no limitations. This would be a good time Wednesday to really get into your dreams and just dream big. And then all of a sudden, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, boom, it goes to the full moon lunar eclipse. And these get really dramatic, really dramatic. And Mars and Mercury are making oppositions to Jupiter. This would not be, to take any risks or anything like that. This is happening in 5 degrees Taurus, and it's happening in your 3rd house of communication. Make sure your communications, you're on point with that, Pisces. I can't say that enough. But there could be some travel. Just don't go crazy, And then we finish out the month with Venus making a really nice harmonious trine to Uranus on Halloween on the 31st. Go out for an invite for a party. Stop at Spirit Halloween and or the Halloween store, pick up yourself a costume and go. Have some fun. Be careful, feet on the ground. Make sure you're answering your emails, your phone calls, you're getting back to people, you're communicating. There's going to be some travel going on. It's going to be intense, Pisces, but you're going to start to feel emotionally connected to the things you're doing now. I think you were a little off then. Now you're definitely going to start feeling it. It's almost like the dam's going to start to burst. It starts with one hole and then works its way open. Fare these seas with intelligence and determination, and get out of a lack mentality and no overspending. Use money as a tool, not a weapon. Okay? Pisces, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch your tarot reading for the month. Also, the horoscopes will always be out first, and then the tarot readings follow within a few days. So keep a lookout for that. Hit the bell notification, ding, 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 ding. And like I said, knuckle down. Get rid of the lack mentality. Make sure you are communicating. Enjoy these trips that you're going to have in October. And I will see you in November, Pisces. Thank you so much.